Hey Soul Fam, how's it going? Emily Warrior here. Today I have for you a yoga sequence for our shoulders. So we'll work on reducing those aches and pains that we often get in our shoulders, and we'll work through some mobility, dynamic and passive stretches to help release that tension in our upper body. So when you're ready, come and join me on your mat. And we can either begin kneeling, sat on the shins, or we can simply just bring ourselves to sit on our butt and with the legs crossed, or however's comfortable for you here. And we'll start really nice and simple with some shoulder circles. So you can maybe rest the palms on the knees or on top of the thighs and just begin to circle out the shoulders. Nice big circles. And don't worry too much about which direction you're going, as we'll do both. So just start by going one way, circling them out. Real nice and big. One more circle this way. And then we can reverse the circles, take it the opposite direction. Rolling the shoulders as wide as you can, reaching the full range of movement. Just one more circle. Brilliant. And then we can come back to our center. Whether we're sat with the legs crossed or we're on the knees, we'll do some cat-cows for our shoulders. So we can bring our arms in our cactus arms. So the elbows are in line with the shoulders and the wrists are in line with the elbows. We have about a 90-degree bend in the elbows. Squeezing the shoulder blades together here, almost like we're pressing the chest through. Try to keep the ribs and belly in. As you exhale, reach the hands forwards and pull the shoulder blades apart. We can tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, open up the chest, draw the shoulder blades together, bring the arms into your cactus. Exhale, lengthen, pull the shoulders apart. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach forwards. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Two more. Exhale, reach the arms forwards, pull the shoulders. Inhale, open it up. Last one. Exhale, reaching. Inhale, open. And then exhale, we can come back to our center. Maybe just give the shoulders and the neck a bit of a wriggle out. Oh, they felt so good. And we can then come into our tabletop. So we are on all fours and we have the hands shoulder width apart. The knees are hip width apart. And we'll do some shoulder shrugs. So trying to stay nice and firm in our foundation so we're not bending into the elbows when we do these shrugs. We want a soft bend there. We don't want to be locking in the elbows, but allow a little softness. And we're keeping this movement strictly in our shoulder blades. So as we inhale, allow the chest to melt through and the shoulder blades start to draw together on the back. We can almost squeeze the shoulders together. As you exhale, press the palms into the mat and start to pull the shoulder blades apart, almost like we're rounding in the upper back. Inhale, the chest gently draws down to the mat. Squeeze the shoulders. Exhale, press and round the upper back. Few more times. Inhale, sinking the chest through, squeeze the shoulders together. Exhale, press the mat away, rounding the upper back. Two more. Inhale, lower the chest. Exhale, press. Last one. Inhale, lowering that chest through. Exhale, spreading the shoulders, pressing the mat away. Inhale. Coming back to your neutral tabletop. Hopefully we felt that nice and good in those shoulders there. And we'll move through some rounds of yummy cat-cows. On our inhale, from the sacrum, we'll start to draw the belly down to the mat, wave up the spine and lift the chest and chin. Exhale from the sacrum, draw the belly in, rounding the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, and then bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale from the sacrum, belly draws down, rolling up, lifting the chest and chin. Exhaling, rounding vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, lift. Exhaling, rounding. 2 more times. Inhale, belly draws down, wave up the spine. Exhale, rounding vertebrae by vertebrae. Last one. Inhale, belly draws down, rolling up. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, come back to your neutral tabletop. We can just take a seat for a moment and just roll out the wrists if we're feeling the pressure on those wrists there. So just take a moment to just release them out, give them a good circle out. And then we can come back up to our tabletop position and we'll find our way into our puppy pose. So keeping your hips in line with the knees here, take the hands to the top of your mat and exhale, melt the chest down to the mat and bring your forehead to rest on the mats. And just holding for a breath here before we add our dynamic movements. So on your next inhale, start to pull the belly in and lift the chest up off the mat. But we're beginning to round in the upper spine. Press the palms into the mat and we do a little half lift. Exhale. We can melt the chest back down to the mat. Forehead comes to rest. And we'll do that again. Inhale, start to peel the chest up off the mat. Round in the upper back. We can start to pull the shoulders apart. Exhale, melt the chest down. Forehead to the mats. 2 more. Inhale, pull the belly in. Lift the chest up. Half lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. 1 more. Inhale, half lift, pull the belly in, pull the chest in, pull the shoulders apart. Exhale, melt it back down. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we can then just peel the chest up off the mat and walk those hands back in. Beautiful. And just to strengthen in our shoulders, we'll find our way into our dolphin. So we can come down onto the forearms here. And just cross the arms in front of each other so that we can just measure the distance between the arms. Just check that we're shoulder width apart here. And then we can bring the forearms back down, planting the palms in the mat. Tuck your toes under. Maybe this is as far as we go for our dolphin today, but if we can take it a little bit further, tuck the toes under and begin to lift the hips up into the sky. We can have a very generous bend in the knees here. Or maybe we can start to lengthen those heels down to the mats. Breathing nice and deep. Pressing the forearms into the mat so that we pull this chest through. Nice and active. One more breath. Exhaling slowly and gently, we can bring those knees back down, untuck the toes, and we'll just take it back to a child's pose. We can have the knees together or out wide here, but for a release in the shoulders, we'll keep the arms extended and we can bring the forehead down to our mat. Maybe close the eyes for a moment here. One more breath. On your next inhale, we can bring the hands underneath the shoulders and just gently pressing into the fingers so that we come to sit back up on the knees. And there we have it, our little yoga flow done for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that little flow. Hopefully we feel a bit more open and looser in the upper body now. Remember, you can like this video and save for later to come back to as and whenever you need. And you can always subscribe to my channel for more free yoga content. Thanks again for joining me. Namaste.